Namaskar, I am Dr. Bhawana Malik, Principal, Lovely Public Senior Secondary School, Priyadashini Vihar, Delhi 92, India. The coronavirus has created an unprecedented situation of health crisis impacting the life and livelihood of many. The outbreak was indeed a challenge of a public health, the world of work and education. It has the set norms for a new normal way of giving and living, and the impact has been greatly felt in the world of education, where the schools and colleges have been closed for students for months altogether. Many efforts were made to continue the education at all levels with online methods, but it could not be made available to everyone. The second question is, can this online education can replace a teacher and a school? Though one can enumerate the negative aspect of COVID-19 outbreak in the field of education, but one cannot ignore the positive impacts also which took the teaching and learning system one step higher. There was an advent of innovative transmissions of knowledge and diverse methods of teaching which could not have been possible with conventional style. It has been impacted the overall personality and lifestyle of the students. We at our school have taken a few students and have done this massive research to review and analyze the impact of the lockdown on the students and parents, and also the relation of parents and students. The objective and methodology. A questionnaire was consisted of 12 main questions was developed, which included the multiple choice question. For certain questions, the respondents were allowed to enter a free text also, so that we get a variety of answers. The survey was administered on the parents of approximately 500 students ranging from 9th to 12th, and the age group was around 14 to 18. The entire process was done on the Google Form platform. Here is the study design. The description of the parameters of study. So here you can see the slide, and on the slide it is what was the total duration of screen time by your child during the pandemic. It is a well-established fact that the COVID-19 pandemic and the subsequent lockdown has put the entire education system at the mercy of gadgets and online learning platforms. The student had no choice except for looking at their mobiles only, or on the computers, on other things, for attending their virtual classes. Availing the online resource material like learning contents, the videos which have been posted or videos which are available online, so that they could formally complete their academic session. This has eventually restricted their ability to observe and develop experiential and contextual intelligence. They were not able to engage in any of the activity that led to determinantal effect on their development. From the research conducted, we found that the students on average have spent more than 5 to 6 hours or even more than 8 to 9 hours sometimes as the screen time. How much time did the child spend on the self-study? This is the second major question. The new normal method of learning has definitely brought about a radical change in the study habits of the students. It led to an expectation that the students will become more mature, responsible, and resilient with respect to their substitutes. Certain category of students may have productively used this time for self-study, but not for the others, who need day-to-day guidance and motivation from the teaching faculty. As per the survey, the average time spent by the student on self-study was only for 2 hours. What was the knowledge adaptation rate of online classes of your ward? The school moved to a blended learning approach where both face-to-face delivery and e-learning model become a standard practice. There has been a high growth and adoption of the educational technology where the students got an opportunity to learn at their own pace. It was expected that online system would be effective in increasing retention of information and its assimilation. However, the survey conducted has indicated that the knowledge adaptation rate during the online classes is around 50 to 60% only, whereas in the classroom the adoption was around 80 to 90%. How did you spend your family time with your child? And how productive was the time spent with your child? A very, very major question. Lockdown provided a unique opportunity to both parents, father and mother, and a child to spend considerable amount of time together, which was otherwise not possible. The parents opted for many activities to engage their children, such as gardening to teach patience and love for nature, cooking together, playing games to enhance the cooperation and the collaboration, art activities that develop the motor skills, eye-hand coordination, reading, watching TV, etc. As per the survey, about 23.8% of time was spent on watching TV, as the parents and children both had no scope of moving out of their house. TV became an avenue of revising their, especially with respect of mythology like Ramayana, Mahabharata, which was aired during the lockdown. The combination of values, solace provided by these epics brought both students and parents together and derived something meaningful from them. Perhaps the television was able to promote optimism and confidence and also develop a bond between the family members, a bond of love, a bond of trust between the family members during those tough times. What kind of a change have you noticed in your child's behavior post-COVID? More than one. In a situation where students are cut off from their school environment and their peer group, behavioral change are likely to occur. The peer-to-peer impact in the school environmental motivates individuals to work hard and learn the social skill which may not be possible in an online setting. According to the survey conducted, 35.2% students were reported to have become more responsible than before. They have utilized their time in seeking the information by attending the different talk shows, the different webinars. Being online most of the time, few students develop a liking for solitude and they started remaining isolated, thereby developing a cause of concern for the parents. Did your child engage in any physical activities during pandemic? The student indulged in variety of physical activities as and when possible. I would like to tell here that we got to know that the gully games were promoted a lot. Primarily, they were played the cricket, then they did lot of cycling, and they were also indulged in light cardiovascular exercise. Did your child develop any psychological problems? Most of the time, the answer was no. Thankfully, no serious problem developed in the students, although there were reports of the students who felt isolated, lost, or directionless. But good counseling by the parents and teachers helped them to overcome such problems early, and thankfully it did not leave a serious effect on their life. Which out of following do you think is most applicable to online classes? The biggest challenge for online learning is the requirement of efficient digital infrastructure and digital skill set for both the students and the teachers. What new skill did your child develop intrinsically during the pandemic? Since the parents spent a lot of time with the child and performed various activities, it was important to know what new the child learned from it. It was found that parents could productively engage the child in acquisition of various skills, thereby ensuring that the child does not become idle and also learn the value and how to manage time. This also helped the child to learn multitasking and adjust the academics with the non-academic, mixing of the two things. Please share your experiences about COVID-19 in not more than 50 words. This open-ended question made the parents look back, introspect their experiences during the lockdown. The pandemic and quarantine brought the family members together, which gave them an opportunity to spend quality time with each other, such as playing indoor games, engaging their children in learning new skills, teaching them to share responsibility, etc. It definitely brought multiple stressors such as boredom for those who always has been active, financial problems, the problems of not being able to extend support to the elderly who are living far off, lack of technological know-how for online learning, lack of personal touch and fulfilling added responsibilities at home. Overall, it was a mixed response for all the parents. Summary of the findings. The COVID-19 outbreak has set norms for a new normal way of living, and the impact has been greatly felt in education sector where school college have been closed for months. The online teaching platform has brought a tremendous change in teaching learning pattern. Number 1, the teachers has explored pedagogy beyond the age-old chalk and duster methodology by putting in additional effort to incorporate the new online teaching tools into the curriculum. Second, the students willingly engage in learning from safe and comforting space with permitted flexibility and autonomy. 3. Virtual learning inevitably increased the time to almost 6 hours of continuous sitting in front of their digital device in their day-to-day routine. It is a well-established fact that physical mental health are closely interrelated with each other. With increase in screen time, the student experience fatigue, headache, accompanied with lack of motivation, poor time management, erratic behavior, anxiety, and feeling of isolation. Knowledge gained via the digital platform was found to be only 50 to 60%, and studying via online classes drained the students of their abundant energy, which could have been channelized into productive activities in a physical environment, is the fourth important finding. The students spent their free time with family in various social and physical activities and found the interest in new things like cooking, painting, gardening, sports, etc. 6. One good thing noticed during the course of survey is that the students did not develop any gross behavioral change or psychological or emotional disorders. 7. The parents found online teaching effective as there were many technical issues and other related problems. Finally, the pandemic situation taught students the importance of hygiene, safety, responsibility, self-reliance, and discipline. So you all have found out a summary which has been given to you all, and you must have seen that how this COVID has transformed the complete relationship of a parent and a student. Usually we used to say that the fathers were not having any kind of time for their children. They were not giving any attention on the students. But during this pandemic, the parents, the father especially, has given lot of focus on the educational aspect. Because they were spending lot of time with the children, they togetherly done the physical activities also. Even it improved the relationship. Sometime we usually saw that the mothers were keeping the things in the secret sometime from the fathers. But now they have given in the great spirit. This has been changed. Now today, the fathers are also feeling that they are responsible for the overall development, the academic, the physical appearance, their life, their habits, and everything they are looking after. On the same way, because there was other crisis, the financial crisis and other thing, and the children are spending a lot of time with parents, so they also have started understanding the constraints of their parents' life. And I would say that if the COVID has given us some negative, small negative impact, it has transformed the life of a child and life of a parent. And this is beautiful. Thank you very much for seeing my research, and I feel lot of people will benefited by this.